And we're up. So again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am here with Sean Donahue. I have to pronounce that right your way.
Donahue.
Donahue. Yeah, I see you haven't got that wrong. So at least I got the time right, which is good. So Sean is one of the amazing people that's coming on the Legends of the Digital World Virtual Summit, which is happening this weekend. We're just creating some of these videos for you to get to know the speakers and to see what's happening. So Sean, why don't you give the folks a little background of how you landed up coming to working on the internet?
Well, a long time ago, I was working in the corporate sector. My background is varied, shall we say. I come from the corporate sector, working with Fortune 500 companies. Started off in the tech sector, but hey, this whole newfangled interwebs thing came out. And I saw a lot of opportunities there for the businesses and my clients I was working with in different consultancy. And we had an agency at the time, so we were helping a lot of people build their business. And most of it was consultancy at that time, but it very quickly moved across to the internet and the opportunities that were there for helping businesses build, grow, and scale across the board. So a lot of our corporate clients, they weren't quite figuring out this. This is right at the beginning of the internet. They weren't quite getting it. So I started working with people who did, and the incredible opportunities that were there. And this was, we started our main digital agency back in 1997. So I see a lot of people now talking about digital agencies and, it's like all these new kids holding up their 2 Comma Club trophy awards like it's, the big badge of honor. And unfortunately, a lot of the business models they're talking about are inherently flawed. I know that's what I was doing back in 1997. And I know that they have the seeds of their own destruction built in. So what we have done over the years, again, working with hundreds and hundreds of clients in pretty much every sector, is we figured out what works, what doesn't across the board. Now, I've got my fingers in a lot of different pies. I run multiple businesses. And one of the things that has driven me absolutely insane is everyone talking about hustle and grind. You got to work at 80 to 100 hours a week to get success, and if your eyes aren't bleeding at the end of the week, you don't want success hard enough.
And if you're not eating tomato or tomato sauce sandwiches, you're not living. Yeah,
exactly. So a lot of this is complete and utter BS. And I look at this as like, I've got to share something different. I've got to show you what we do. And the base principle is the complete opposite of this hustle and grind. And the insanity that people keep spouting, and it's being unhustled. That's our major thing. It's having the ability to do what you want, when you want, and have the resources, time, and money to actually do it. That is the core of being unhustled. That's what we're going to be covering a lot in this masterclass. Plus, I'm going to be sharing a very powerful business model, which is it's called a virtual agency. It has all the benefits of an agency without all the BS. And like I said, the ability to work a couple of hours a day if you want to. You can work more if you want to, but if you can do a couple of hours a day and be very happy. I'm going to show you how to create an instant product that you can sell that will, again, pay you month on month, anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month. How to find clients, the perfect clients that are willing to pay that, and how you can have this all set up in the next 24 to 48 hours. And this is the framework that can create a 6 or 7 figure business pretty easily when you get it going. Because again, it's what we do every bloody day. It's not some theory that someone's written up on their whiteboard and said, I'll sell that. That looks like a good idea. No, this is what we do every day in multiple businesses. It's what I teach my teams. It's what I teach my private clients who've paid $5,000 or more to learn these strategies. And we're going to be revealing it in this very special event that Anthony's putting on for us.
So to put it right, it's nearly like a franchise in a sense, because what you're saying is the kind of franchise model. You follow in somebody else's footsteps. They've already done all the learning. They've invested all the money. They know all the mistakes that they've taken out of the way. And if you just follow the model, you can step in and just get up and running
Pretty
in
much,
48
yeah.
hours.
Except you don't have to kick me up any franchise fees every single month. No, you can put this into practice. You can put it into action. You can get started, and boom, you've got your own thriving virtual agency that you can run in your own time, and then it's a real business that gives you the ability to have a real life. And one thing that we talk about a lot, and something we talk about in the masterclass, as you guys will see, but we talk about building your business around the life you actually want, not trying to cram life around the business that you're needing to survive. And that's a big, big difference. And that is a very important factor, because people who continuously trade time for money usually end up with neither.
Yeah, well, it's funny because that was my own journey. I had a lot of very successful businesses, but I was out 12, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, 6, 7 days a week. And realised my kids are getting older, and so am I, and I'm not seeing them. And so the shift for me was actually not based on, I want a new Ferrari or a Rolex watch, couldn't care less. It's actually having quality time to spend with my family. So you're going to be able to show. So tell me a bit about there's a lot of people hear the word agencies, I think, and get a little bit nervous, right? Because they see 600 employees, and again, there's a lot of people talking about on the internet, they're big digital agencies, and my God, we grind and we hustle and the rest of it. And you seem to be saying the complete opposite. So give me a quick outline of your agency model.
Well, here's the thing. We cover how a simple 5-step process to make all this happen. But let's talk about the problems that are in the regular agency models, why they have the seeds of their own destruction built in. The thing is that for the first part of your journey as an agency owner, you're continuously having to try and find clients. But you also have to have a product or a service to actually sell them. If you look at a lot of them, they're talking about Facebook ads agencies or local marketing agencies or SEO agencies. There's a huge learning curve there. There's a huge learning curve to try and get Facebook ads right, or SEO right, or any of those other services. You've got to master those skills. I can't tell you how many times I've seen some people say, I've got my first Facebook ads client, but how do I actually create Facebook ads? Jaw drop. What? And people are teaching this stuff. It's ridiculous. So what we do is we show you a very simple, literally anyone of any age and any experience. There's no techie skills. You don't need a website. You don't need Facebook ads. You don't need any complex funnels. You don't need any of that malarkey to be to do what we're talking about here and what we reveal in this masterclass. So it's a very, very simple in-demand service that you can create literally like that. But when you get the process in place, it can be mostly automated. It can be set up for a client in a couple of hours. And once it's done, that's it. It's set and forget. In fact, this is one of the simplest ways to create what we call a foundational agency. Because when you have that basic core process in place, you can then do something we call solution stacking, where you can, as you gain more and more experience, you earn while you learn, so to speak. You can then bolt on other elements into this and then have a much wider service. This is why we call it a solution stack. You have other solutions for other needs that your clients may have. And once you have that full stack, you're golden, and that's it. But you can get started without all of that, without all the complexities. You don't even have to have all that other stuff. You can actually just stick with the foundational strategy and do very, very well. The only skill you need, and we cover this in the masterclass, so I don't want to give away too much here.
I'm saying, yeah, you've got to turn up, folks.
Absolutely, you've got to turn up, but you already have the one skill you need. You do it every day. You don't even think about it. But when I highlight it, you're going to be having a very big aha moment, because it's the secret, the cornerstone of everything, and it's something that is a lost art, and a lot of people don't even consider as a critical point of making this all work. And it's so simple, you'll kick yourself.
There's two things that you said that I really like. There's earn while you learn, because most systems that you see are burn while you learn.
That's very,
because you're
very
burning.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it is interesting with some of the stuff that's being taught on Facebook advertising, the rest of that you can do it yourself. Like I run Facebook ads, you guys that run Facebook ads, I go in and mess with it every now and again just to drive myself insane, to be perfectly honest, just to see how much they've changed it since the last time I went in.
See how much money you can lose this time round.
Yeah, it is interesting. So like, I'm very big on getting people, like I'm actually talking to 2 Facebook ad guys now to run it and get those running properly and give it out to them, because the level of effort and return is just amazing. So to have something, what you're saying, I'm intrigued. Okay, guys, I have not seen this. I am going to be sitting there. I know Sean. Sean is very good friends with a lot of my good friends, which is one of the reasons that he's sitting here. And he comes extremely highly recommended. He doesn't BS around. We are on Facebook, so we can't say what we'll say on the webinar. He does not BS around. He is going to be on for, he's got a 2-hour slot. He's going to be absolutely sharing with you an amazing amount of stuff. And don't be afraid of the word agency. That's what I'd say, because because I've seen some of the background of it, but I don't want to ruin this surprise for myself, because I like watching these. And what he's so highly recommended, it's unbelievable. And like, I'm in a group with Sean, a different group, and I was watching some of the stuff that Sean was doing on the systems and the stuff he tests, and I came off with a headache, right? So like, you tap into a guy like Sean, you let him do all the heavy lifting for you, get all the work done, and hand it to you on a plate. That's I'm the guy who wants the plate.
That's pretty much. I do take things that are conventionally complex and make them brain dead simple, and that's what this is. While we talk about a virtual agency and everything else rather than a traditional agency, really this is the simplest business model I've ever come across, created, or had at my disposal that can get anyone, whether they're just starting out, brand new, or they've got a business that they want to use this same strategy, they can bolt it on and it can supplement everything they're doing, help them grow and scale and free up infinitely more time. It's very, very powerful, and it suits both audiences, and that's why we're doing this.
Okay, guys, so it's now time, as I lovingly say, to become a doer, right? There is a link on the description somewhere around this, right? But they'll be in the comments. Yeah. It's like the guide, what the air hostess is. The exits are anywhere you can get out. So there's a link for legendsofthedigitalworld.com. Go there. You'll get a ticket for, it's a $97 ticket, but we have a coupon on it at the moment. So you get a free ticket. You get $97 off for signing up. And because the speakers and myself, we've agreed to do that for a period of time. I don't know how long it's going to last. So if you miss it, you miss it. I'm sorry if you're watching this late, you missed it, but go grab it now and make sure you do get it. So click on the link and you'll see Sean and 17 other amazing legends. I feel bad with saying that because I'm one of them, right? And I kind of, being Irish is that you can't call yourself a legend. But anyways, here we go. So there's 18 people over 3 days. You don't have to travel. You don't have to spend, 997 going to the middle of the universe and spend 5 days, at a conference. This is 3 days to your own laptop or phone, desktop, straight to your house. All you got to do is book in the time, turn up, and you're going to get what Sean is going to be sharing with you and many, many more. So click on the link and we look forward to seeing you. Sean, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I really do appreciate it. I'm still smiling at the Darth Maul one behind. I know he's got, he's got Darth Maul, and this was my son's present for me. It's a remote control. This is my stress reliever. This is my remote control R2D2,
Nice.
So I drive him around. So we had a big Star Wars fest and Nordfest before we came on. So guys, click the link, check it out, and we will see you on Friday the 3rd at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 3 p.m. GMT. Have a great one. Thanks, guys.
Take care. Bye.